Have you ever noticed how something as small as a late-night snack or skipping your morning walk can leave you feeling foggy, sluggish, or off balance the next day? For many people living with diabetes after 65, it's not just about sugar anymore. It's about energy, movement, memory, and mood. You try to do everything right. You take your medication, you watch your meals, and still your body feels tired, your numbers swing, and your motivation dips. But here's the quiet truth. Your body isn't failing you. It's asking for a little more support, just in a different way than before. In today's video, we'll walk through 6 small shifts you can make in your daily routine that support blood sugar balance, better sleep, and more steady energy throughout the day. These changes are gentle, doable, and designed with older adults in mind. But first, let me know where you're tuning in from and how you're feeling today. Whether it's a short hello or just one word, I'd love to hear from you in the comments. And if you find this helpful, please subscribe so you don't miss the next thoughtful tip made just for you. For many older adults, managing diabetes goes beyond food. You may find yourself dealing with things like fatigue, blurry vision, swollen feet, dry mouth, or even mood swings that weren't there a few years ago. What used to work now doesn't. Your blood sugar fluctuates for reasons you can't always trace. Sleep becomes patchy. Recovery from illness takes longer. That's because after 60, your body begins to process glucose more slowly. Your pancreas might release less insulin, and your muscles don't soak up sugar the way they used to. On top of that, medications for blood pressure, cholesterol, and sleep might affect your sugar levels without warning. But here's the hopeful part. Aging with diabetes doesn't have to feel like a struggle. Your body still responds beautifully to consistent care. In this video, we'll share 6 simple changes that support your body gently without stress or strict rules. These are habits that don't require major effort or expensive gadgets, but they can reduce swings in blood sugar and help you feel more steady across your day. Let's get started. 1. Morning hydration before anything else. When you first wake up in the morning, your body has already been working quietly for hours. While you were asleep, your kidneys were filtering waste, your liver was managing sugar levels, and your muscles were slowly repairing themselves. The problem is, all of this happens with no water coming in, and by the time you open your eyes, you're already mildly dehydrated. For seniors managing diabetes, this lack of hydration in the morning can be one of the quiet triggers behind a blood sugar spike before breakfast. And the worst part? You often won't feel it right away. You might just notice feeling tired, dizzy, or more thirsty than usual later in the day. That's why one of the simplest but most effective habits you can adopt is drinking a full glass of water, plain, room temperature, and gentle on the stomach, within 15 minutes of waking up. No coffee, no juice, no tea, just clean water. You don't need fancy detox drinks or lemon ginger mixes unless you enjoy them. Water alone is enough to tell your body, the day has begun. You can start releasing toxins, rebalancing, and waking up gently. When your body is properly hydrated first thing in the morning, your kidneys can start flushing out excess sugar from the bloodstream naturally. This simple act can bring your fasting blood sugar numbers into a better range without adding anything to your diet or lifestyle. It's like giving your body a fresh, clean start before the day builds up stress, food, and activity. For many older adults, especially those taking medications first thing in the morning, hydration can also help ease digestion and prevent that nauseous or bloated feeling that sometimes comes with pills taken on an empty stomach. Medications like metformin or insulin-based treatments often work more effectively when your digestive system is supported with water. Plus, staying hydrated from the moment you wake up can help with common senior issues like constipation, dry mouth, and brain fog, all of which can be worse in people living with diabetes. A lot of people wonder, does the water have to be warm? Does it need lemon? The answer is simple. Whatever feels easiest on your stomach and most likely to become a habit. Some seniors like to keep a glass of water beside their bed, ready to drink before their feet even touch the floor. Others prefer to have a small thermos in the bathroom or kitchen as a visual cue. If you enjoy adding flavor, a few slices of cucumber or a drop of lime is fine, but don't overthink it. What matters is that you start. One glass, every morning, without fail. It's a small act, but a powerful one. You're not just drinking water. You're giving your body a head start, reducing the burden on your blood sugar system, and starting your day with clarity instead of chaos. And over time, this one habit can become the foundation of more steady energy, fewer cravings, and better mornings. It's gentle. It's doable. And most importantly, it's something you're fully in control of. No cost, no complication, just water. So tomorrow morning, before you grab your coffee or scroll through the news, reach for that glass. Let it be your first act of self-care. You might be surprised by how much lighter and more stable the rest of your day feels. 2. Eat within the first hour of waking. One of the most overlooked habits among seniors with diabetes is delaying breakfast. Sometimes it's unintentional. You wake up, check your phone, take your medication, and maybe sit in silence for a bit or start watching the news. Before you know it, 2 hours have passed and you still haven't eaten anything. For people over 65, especially those managing blood sugar, this delay can quietly throw your whole day off balance. That morning gap, when your body is still in a fasting state, can cause your liver to release extra glucose into the bloodstream, thinking you're in danger of running low. And instead of giving you energy, your sugar levels rise, sometimes even before you've had a bite of food. Eating within the first hour of waking is a small but powerful way to set your metabolism on track. It doesn't need to be a large meal, just something light, balanced, and steady. A hard-boiled egg with half an avocado, some whole-grain toast with peanut butter, or a bowl of oatmeal with chia seeds and cinnamon are all great choices. What you want is a mix of healthy protein, good fat, and fiber. Foods that take time to digest and won't cause your blood sugar to spike too quickly. The goal here isn't to feel full, but to give your body the signal that it's safe to stop producing extra glucose. This helps your insulin work more efficiently and keeps your energy more stable throughout the morning. Another reason to eat soon after waking is that your insulin sensitivity is naturally higher in the early hours of the day. This means your body is better able to handle carbohydrates and sugar in the morning than it is later in the afternoon or evening. If you wait too long to eat, your blood sugar may shoot up even from a small meal because your system has been on alert for too long. Over time, this kind of stress on your glucose system wears your body down. You may start feeling foggy, lightheaded, or anxious by mid-morning, and often people don't connect that feeling to having skipped breakfast. They may blame it on poor sleep, age, or medications, when in fact, their body just needed a little fuel earlier in the day. Now, if you're someone who doesn't feel hungry in the morning, you're not alone. Many older adults say they just can't stomach anything first thing. That's okay. The key is to start small. Even half a banana with a few almonds or a slice of cheese can do the trick. It's not about eating a full plate. It's about getting something into your system so your blood sugar stays balanced. And if you're on medication that needs to be taken with food, it's even more important to avoid starting the day on an empty stomach. Think of your breakfast like starting a quiet engine. You're not flooring the gas pedal, but you are turning the key gently. You're giving your body what it needs to move forward in a steady, calm way. This one habit, eating within the first hour of waking, can make a big difference in how you feel for the rest of the day. Your energy will be more even, your moods more stable, and your blood sugar easier to manage. So tomorrow morning, after your glass of water, take a few minutes to feed your body. It doesn't have to be fancy. Just a little something at the right time can go a long way. 3. Move gently after each meal. If there's one small shift that can quietly work wonders for blood sugar levels after 65, it's this. Don't sit still right after you eat. That familiar habit of finishing a meal and settling down on the couch or heading straight to bed after dinner may feel comforting, but it can quietly cause your blood sugar to rise more than it needs to. For older adults living with diabetes, the body doesn't process glucose from meals as quickly as it once did. This means that if you stay seated for too long after eating, sugar tends to linger in the bloodstream instead of being absorbed by the muscles for energy. Now here's the good news. You don't have to do anything intense to help your body. No treadmill, no gym, no equipment. Just 10 to 15 minutes of light movement after each meal can lower your post-meal glucose levels significantly. A short walk around your home, pacing back and forth on your porch, light housework like folding clothes or watering plants, or even gently marching in place while watching TV, all of these count. What matters is that you're using your large muscle groups, especially the legs, so your body has a reason to pull that sugar out of your bloodstream and put it to use. Think of it like opening a gentle window for your blood sugar to level out, instead of letting it spike and crash. This habit is especially helpful after lunch and dinner, when meals tend to be heavier or higher in carbohydrates. After lunch, instead of heading straight for your recliner, try walking down the hallway or stepping outside for some fresh air. Even if you can't go far, just standing and moving your feet slowly while holding onto a chair or table is enough to get the benefits. After dinner, when you might feel more tired, consider walking while listening to a short podcast or your favorite music. If you have a spouse or caregiver at home, invite them to join you. It can turn a health habit into a shared moment. Many seniors around the world have adopted this simple rule: eat, then move. It's a rhythm that your body understands well. For people in Japan, it might look like a slow stroll after meals. In Italy, many families take an evening walk after dinner, known as a passeggiata. In the US, walking around the backyard or kitchen is more common. The point isn't the location, it's the habit. What also makes this habit so powerful is that it doesn't rely on willpower or complicated schedules. You don't have to set aside a special time or wear fancy workout clothes. You just stand up after your meal, take a breath, and start moving, even if it's just in small steps. Over time, this helps you feel less sluggish after eating, reduces bloating, and gives your blood sugar a steady rhythm to follow. It's a small act that brings a big return. So the next time you put down your fork, don't rush to the sofa. Let your body keep working a little longer. And in return, you may find yourself feeling more alert, more stable, and more in control of your diabetes. Movement doesn't have to be intense to be effective. It just needs to be consistent. And right after a meal is one of the most powerful moments to begin. 4. Focus on evenings, not just mornings. When it comes to managing diabetes, many people over 65 are told to watch their blood sugar in the mornings, and that's important. But what often gets missed is how much the evening hours can affect your sugar levels overnight and into the next day. In fact, for many seniors, some of the most stubborn blood sugar spikes happen not at breakfast or lunch, but quietly between dinner and bedtime. It's easy to see why. After a long day, energy dips, routines loosen, and comfort foods or late-night snacks start to feel like a well-earned treat. But your body, especially with age and diabetes in the mix, processes food more slowly at night. So what seems like a small indulgence, maybe a cookie, a piece of fruit, or a bowl of cereal before bed, can lead to blood sugar that stays elevated through the night. Evening is also when the body's insulin sensitivity drops. That means your cells aren't as responsive to insulin, and it takes longer to clear glucose from your blood. On top of that, many seniors take their medications in the morning, leaving fewer tools in the body's toolkit to handle late-day sugar. That's why eating dinner earlier, at least 2 to 3 hours before bedtime, can have such a big impact. A lighter, earlier meal gives your digestion time to do its work before your body starts winding down for rest. You're not just improving your blood sugar, you're also giving yourself a better chance at deep, uninterrupted sleep. What should a good evening meal look like? Think simple, gentle, and satisfying. Lean protein like grilled chicken, fish, or tofu. Steamed or sautéed non-starchy vegetables like spinach, green beans, or zucchini. A small portion of brown rice or lentils. Soups can also work well, especially lentil or vegetable-based ones, as long as they're not too salty or high in starch. If you find yourself hungry close to bedtime, go for something light and blood sugar friendly, such as a few slices of cucumber with hummus, a spoonful of peanut butter on a rice cake, or a small bowl of plain Greek yogurt. These kinds of snacks give you a steady energy release without pushing your glucose levels too high. But beyond food, Evenings are a chance to set the tone for your body's overnight rhythm. Bright lights, screen time, and mental stimulation all affect your hormones, including the ones that regulate sleep and blood sugar. Dim the lights after dinner. Keep your environment calm and cool. Try reading a book or listening to soft music instead of watching a screen for hours. Even something as simple as putting your phone down an hour before bed can help your body naturally start to lower blood sugar and prepare for rest. And don't forget fluids. Many people, especially older adults, sip water, tea, or even juice late into the night without realizing how much it affects their kidneys and bladder. This isn't just about sleep. It's also about overnight glucose balance. Drinking too much too close to bedtime may not raise your sugar directly, but it can wake you up multiple times, which disrupts the hormones that help regulate insulin. So while morning routines matter, your evenings hold just as much power when it comes to steady, healthy aging with diabetes. It's not about strict rules. It's about giving your body what it needs when it needs it most. A quiet, early dinner, a calm atmosphere, a gentle bedtime routine. These choices may seem small, but over time, they add up to better sleep, lower fasting blood sugar, and a body that feels more rested and supported in the morning. 5. Check sleep hygiene, not just blood sugar. When managing diabetes after 65, many people pay close attention to what they eat and how they move, but overlook one key factor that can quietly affect everything: sleep. It's easy to assume poor sleep is just a natural part of aging. You might wake up 2 or 3 times in the night, struggle to fall back asleep, or feel tired even after 8 hours in bed. But what often goes unnoticed is how sleep and blood sugar are deeply connected. The truth is, your blood sugar affects your sleep, and your sleep affects your blood sugar. It's a two-way street. If your levels are too high or too low during the night, your body will struggle to stay at rest. You may sweat, toss and turn, or even have vivid dreams without knowing why. And when you wake up groggy, your body is already playing catch-up. That's why focusing on your sleep hygiene, the small choices that support better rest, is just as important as counting carbs or taking your medication. For older adults, good sleep doesn't come from pills or fancy mattresses. It starts with routine. Going to bed at the same time each night, even on weekends, helps train your body's internal clock. Avoid bright lights, screens, and stimulating conversations in the hour before sleep. Instead, shift into quiet mode. Read a calming book, listen to soft music, or spend a few minutes in silence. Dim the lights in your bedroom and keep it cool, around 65-68 degrees, 18 to 20 degrees, as lower temperatures signal your brain that it's time to wind down. Your sleeping position also plays a small but powerful role. Many seniors find that sleeping on their left side improves digestion and reduces acid reflux, both of which can disturb sleep in people with diabetes. If you struggle with nighttime trips to the bathroom, it might also help to raise your legs slightly with a small pillow to reduce pressure on your bladder. And don't underestimate your sleepwear. Light, breathable cotton is often better than heavier fabrics that trap heat and make you sweat, which can be uncomfortable and confusing if your blood sugar drops during sleep. Another hidden sleep disruptor is your fluid intake. Many people drink herbal teas, milk, or even water right before bed, thinking it's harmless or even helpful. But for those with diabetes, drinking too close to bedtime can mean more nighttime urination, which in turn interrupts sleep. While it's important to stay hydrated throughout the day, try to stop all fluid intake at least 90 minutes before bed. If you take medications at night and need to swallow pills, use just a small sip, not a full glass. And finally, listen to your body. If you find yourself waking up at the same time every night, it might be your blood sugar speaking. A sudden 3 a.m. wake-up could mean a dip in your glucose, while restlessness or sweating might point to a spike. Keep a small log for a few nights and talk to your doctor if patterns start to emerge. Sometimes, adjusting the timing of a meal, changing a medication, or adding a light evening snack can make all the difference. Good sleep is not a luxury, it's part of healing. It's the time when your cells repair, your hormones reset, and your body clears out stress from the day. When you treat sleep as part of your diabetes care, not just a side issue, you may start to notice better mornings, fewer cravings, more stable blood sugar, and even clearer thinking. So tonight, give yourself the chance to rest. Not just because you're tired, but because your body deserves it, and because better sleep is one of the quiet foundations of better health at any age. 6. Watch out for hidden sugars in senior foods. One of the trickiest parts of managing diabetes after 65 isn't just cutting out candy or skipping dessert. It's spotting the sugars that are quietly hiding in foods labeled as healthy. These hidden sugars often slip into your day through the very foods that are marketed toward older adults: packaged oats, protein bars, diabetic-friendly snacks, nutritional shakes, and even breakfast cereals labeled as Heart Smart. They look harmless, sometimes even beneficial. But one small serving can carry enough added sugar to spike your blood glucose for hours. This can be frustrating, especially when you're trying to make better choices. You might switch from white bread to whole grain, start drinking protein smoothies, or eat fruit-flavored yogurt, thinking it's a step in the right direction. And in some ways, it is. But many of these products are loaded with sugar substitutes, syrups, or ingredients ending in DOs, like dextrose or maltose, that behave just like regular sugar in your body. And unfortunately, these hidden sugars don't just raise blood glucose. They also mess with your energy, increase inflammation, and leave you feeling hungry again sooner than you should. So what can you do? First, start by checking the nutrition label. Don't just look at the front of the package, flip it over. Find the line that says added sugars and aim for less than 8 grams per serving. If the product has more than that, especially if it's meant to be a snack or drink, it's likely doing more harm than good. Next, scan the ingredient list. Watch out for sweeteners like cane juice, corn syrup, brown rice syrup, agave nectar, or anything ending in -os. Also be cautious with sugar alcohols like sorbitol or maltitol. They may be lower in sugar but can still affect your digestion and blood sugar in unpredictable ways. Another helpful tip is to look for foods with at least 3 grams of fiber per serving. Fiber helps slow down how fast sugar enters your bloodstream and can keep you feeling fuller longer. For example, plain oats with a sprinkle of cinnamon and a few chopped nuts is a better choice than flavored oatmeal packets that have 12-15 grams of sugar hiding behind their natural flavor labels. Plain Greek yogurt with berries is better than fruit-flavored yogurt cups that often pack more sugar than a small candy bar. Drinks are another major area where hidden sugars sneak in. No added sugar juice, vitamin waters, flavored teas, and even some sports drinks often carry natural or artificial sweeteners that still impact your blood sugar. And for seniors who sip on nutritional shakes, especially for convenience or when appetite is low, make sure to choose formulas designed for blood sugar control, not just general weight gain. These are usually labeled diabetic nutrition or low glycemic and will contain more protein, fiber, and fewer added sugars. The key isn't to stop eating packaged foods altogether. It's to get curious about what's really in them. As you age, your body becomes more sensitive to food ingredients, especially sugar. And unlike younger years, when your body could bounce back quickly, now it responds more slowly. A single high-sugar snack in the afternoon can leave you feeling groggy, swollen, or restless for hours. That's why reading labels and understanding what's behind the packaging makes such a difference. So next time you're in the store or reaching for something in the pantry, pause for a moment. Look past the pretty label. Ask yourself, is this food really supporting me or just pretending to? Because when it comes to diabetes after 65, small choices lead to real results. Your body still listens, and with less sugar, it will thank you in the most important way, with steadier energy, better digestion, and a calmer, more balanced day. Lifestyle tips. Add-on habits. When you're living with diabetes after 65, it's not always the big changes that make the biggest difference. Sometimes it's the quiet, consistent things you do every day that bring the most relief. Beyond meals, movement, and medication, There are small habits you can build into your life that gently support your blood sugar, energy levels, and emotional well-being. Think of these tips like everyday tools, simple, easy to keep up with, and surprisingly effective over time. Start with your feet. Many older adults with diabetes experience nerve damage, especially in their feet and toes. But these changes often come slowly and without pain. That's why doing a quick foot check every day can prevent problems before they start. After your shower or before bedtime, take a moment to look for any redness, swelling, cuts, or dryness. If your feet feel numb, tingly, or cold more often than usual, mention it at your next doctor's visit. Keeping your feet moisturized and wearing breathable, cushioned socks can also go a long way. And don't forget, comfortable, well-fitting shoes are worth every penny. If you haven't already, consider keeping a trusted pair near your door. They'll remind you to step outside even for just a few minutes of fresh air. Stay connected to your medication routine. It sounds simple, but missing even one dose of your diabetes medication can shift your whole rhythm. If you tend to forget or mix up pills, try using a pill organizer with clear slots for each day and time. Many seniors also find it helpful to set gentle phone reminders or link medication times with existing habits, like brushing your teeth or watching the evening news. And if your prescriptions ever start feeling overwhelming or confusing, don't be afraid to ask your pharmacist to walk through them again. Your health team is there to support you, not judge you. Keep stress in check, quietly. High blood sugar isn't always caused by food. Worry, loneliness, and even small frustrations can raise your cortisol levels, which in turn raise your glucose. That's why emotional care is just as important as physical care. You don't need hour-long meditations or strict routines. Just a few minutes of calm can help. Try taking 5 slow breaths before each meal, sitting in silence after your evening tea, or saying a simple gratitude out loud before bed. Even these brief moments create space for your nervous system to settle, and when your mind slows down, your body follows. Think ahead about movement. As we age, planning becomes part of staying consistent. Keep a small pair of walking shoes near the front door, or leave a light sweater or sun hat by your keys. These tiny visual cues act as friendly reminders to step outside or move your body, even if it's just around the block. You don't have to wait for the perfect time or weather. Sometimes a short stroll between tasks or while talking on the phone can do more than you expect. And finally, don't go it alone. If you live by yourself, or if your adult children are far away, consider finding small ways to stay socially connected. Join a local walking group, chat with neighbors, or participate in a community center class. If that feels hard, even calling a friend once a week can lift your spirits. Diabetes can feel isolating sometimes, but you're not meant to manage it alone. Connection is medicine too. These lifestyle tips aren't meant to overwhelm you. They're gentle tools to help your body and mind stay supported, stable, and cared for. You don't have to do all of them at once, just start with one. The goal isn't perfection, it's progress. And each small effort builds into something stronger, a daily rhythm that makes life with diabetes feel more manageable and less stressful. Managing diabetes after 65 isn't about being perfect. It's about paying attention, being consistent, and giving your body what it needs, without judgment. Your body still wants to support you. It just asks for a little more patience now. Let today be the day you try just one of these changes. Maybe it's walking after dinner, or adding water in the morning, or eating dinner a little earlier. Small steps really do build a better day. If any part of this video spoke to you, whether a memory, a reminder, or a little hope, please share it in the comments. Even just writing the word steady lets me know you're here and that this message reached you. And if you found this video comforting or helpful, don't forget to subscribe, tap the bell icon, and share it with a friend or loved one who might be going through something similar. You are not alone. You deserve to feel supported, rested, and strong in the body you live in. And with a few small steps, you'll get there. Until next time, take care of yourself, gently, consistently, and with kindness.